right, so Cowboy Nation, I've been hearing all type of noise and news about Orlando Scandrick bumping his gums again, and also this is on the other side of the coin now because it's on the Eagles side, and to me personally, I don't like when people get out here and start talking noise about their team that they used to play for. To me personally, it's like a low ball move to me. And for him to put this information out there speaks volumes of the Eagles locker room and speaks volumes of what the Eagles are trying to do and these sorts of things. But it goes to show you that, sometimes a player, when they are released, they just spill the tea. And I thought that's what ladies do. But the man got a right to, I guess, put his opinions and thoughts out there of what transpired in the Eagles locker room. But to me personally, it's not a cool move because I think the locker room in general should be like a brotherhood, a sanctity. Like everything that happened inside the locker room should stay in the locker room. To me personally, even the crazy things that happened, it went off. That's all I have. Can find out there on YouTube or what have you. I had to finish the rest of the interview somewhere else. That's the end of that portion of it. But I will say this: for anybody to have anything negative to say about Sean Lee, if you ever meet Sean Lee in person and see him in real action, in real life, I guarantee you will eat your words. Sean Lee is a stand-up character guy. I don't like the fact that when people say Snake Lee, people that say Snake Lee, they never met Sean Lee in person, face to face. Sean Lee is a stand-up character. I mean, a grinder, one of those guys that you know for sure that LVE and Jalen, they are feeding off of him. But it's easy for somebody to be like from Virginia, for somebody way in Arkansas and say, he's just a horrible guy, he's Snake, But when you physically see Sean Lee and you get the chance to meet him and shake his hand, trust me, you will eat your words because Sean Lee is a stand-up model citizen, and he's a guy that you would really, if you have kids, if you have daughters and stuff like that, you would want them to marry that type of person. Just being real with you all, and I'm not trying to lie to kick it or anything like that, but he's a really good dude, and I love that part of it, that Sean Lee and Orlando Scandrick, they talk to each other off the field. That's good. That means that something down the line maybe happen for both guys in the future. Right now we're looking at Orlando Scandrick. We saying to ourselves, man, what if you could just hush and stop spilling all of the tea if you still want to play football. But if he don't want to play football no more, then this would be a great setup for broadcasting and things like that. And trust me, Cowboy Nation, this is my only takeaway from the Orlando spilling all of the tea to the Eagles. Sometimes when you get hit in the mouth and you realize what's going on, like far as the locker room and how the outside sees what's going on, then you can make your adjustments. And all it takes is one win. And it brings and pull people closer like no other. So I'm not saying that I want the Eagles to crash and burn and we play the weakest portion of the Eagles, because I'm with this mindset. I want your best. I don't want your sloppy seconds. I want to play the Eagles at their full strength, and I want the Eagles to play us at our full strength. I don't want us to win a game because this person is out and that person out. Some people like winning games that way. Not me, you see. So I want the Eagles at their best, and I want our Cowboys to be at our best. And I believe when we are at our best, there's going to be a small amount of teams that can beat us. Let me know in the comment box if you guys feeling the same way. Let me know. Would you prefer to play a team that's hobbled with injuries, got all type of chaos going on, or would you be really ready to see a team just like we are doing, face to face with full strength and things like that? Let me know. I'm gonna read a few of your comments, man, and I really appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in to the Nation. Yes, that was a little excerpt of Orlando Scandrick doing his thing out there, talking about what's going on with the Eagles and their situation with the locker room and presence and things like that. Black like history, shout out to you, Gary Stevens. Really appreciate you, man. Yeah, you want them Eagles to be strong. That's what I'm talking about. Marcus Calloway, what's good with you? Thank you for tuning in to the Nation. You want the best. Yes, you got to beat the best. Yes, indeed, Devon. Yes, Serge, really appreciate you. Salute. You got to check him out. Chris Lonely, Cowboy Nations. Go on. Yes. Go on, Orlando Scandrick. We do not need players like that. Yes, I agree. We don't need players like that. We need players to be different in these sorts of things. Let me see if I can refresh this part of it. And when that loads back up, we can see comments across the screen. Just want to put out the maximum effort no matter who's in front of you. Taylor, that's what I'm talking about. Taylor cut from the same cloth as me. Rover Sports, really appreciate you, man. You give me the decimate. Yeah, you give me the decimated. Give me the weak. Seek you. Yeah, I guess, I guess, regardless, you just want to win, right? I feel you. And here's the thing. Not everybody agrees that Auntie Shirley spaghetti is the best, right? Auntie Pam make the best, but sometimes when Auntie Shirley is by herself and she said, boy, I make the best spaghetti, we kind of lie to kick it a little bit, right? We kind of embellish a little bit, right? You don't want to hurt Auntie Shirley's feelings, you see? But some people naturally think that Auntie Shirley makes the best spaghetti. That's just how life is. And that's how Cowboy Nation is as well. You got some people that love this person, and you got some people that hate this person or dislike this person. But at the end of the day, I respect everybody's opinion. Marcus Calloway says, can I get a ranch? Okay. Let me see if I can put that on you. Put that on your skill set right there. There you go. You got one. Just use it wisely, as they say, right? Every team has injuries. No excuse. Back up. Get paid too. I agree. I flat out agree with that. Backups get paid a lot of money. More than any doctor and the lawyers around here, more than a lot of other skilled professions out there. So, yeah, I agree. Orlando was telling everything. This is Vern. Yes, he left no stone unturned, no imagination at all. And on one end, you can look at it and say to yourself, man, that will help out the Eagles locker room because now they know where their faults are at. And now, on the other hand, you can say, well, they can continue to crash and burn like this. Yes, San Antonio in the house. Aaron Rodgers, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Really appreciate you all. Savage Time, what's good with you, man? Carolina, Cowboy, what's good with you? I'll take a win anyway we get them. By a team injured or full strength, just to win the games. It takes it one game at a time. Yes, I love that philosophy. And that's my mantra. We still, although we want to fight against the best, we really challenge and we put out our best because they're lacking and they're inefficient or they're slow or they're hobbled. I don't take them lightly. I look at these. I always love to watch the historic channel or animal channel or what have you. And what always pull me more and more closer to those channels are nature, life. I love to see the lion out there in the wilderness or in the Serengeti, however you want to call it. And do you see the gazelle? The lion doesn't sit back and just fold up and say, well, Mr. Gazelle or Miss Gazelle. You see what I'm saying? May I have a bite of your ass? No. That lion goes out there and take it. Because if he don't eat today, then he can starve tomorrow. And that should be our mindset. We shouldn't be all docile and say, hey, can I have a little piece of just the ribs or just the hams? You see, no, the lion goes out there and takes it. So regardless, if a baby gazelle falls, if it's a grown or if it's an old gazelle, it still takes, or a zebra, or some people say zabra, however you want to call it. It takes it. That's how life is. It's nature. It's man versus wild or wild versus wild. That's just the reality of it. Life will chew you up and spit you out. You think that just because this person graduated with a degree and got a master's and got a doctorate and all of this stuff that you're not qualified? Life doesn't work that way. In certain factors it does, but what have you. But you got to get out there and take it. because knowledge is knowledge. 2 plus 2 is 4, whether or not it's here, and whether or not you learned it in Mississippi, whether or not you learned it in Japan, whether or not you on the moon, you got 2 rocks over here and you got 2 rocks over there, you add it together, it's 4. That's the reality of life, right? Yes, indeed. Eagles fans is heated. Well, they only heated at the truth. And sometimes you got to look at it from here. Truth hurts you more. The truth is the hardest pill to swallow. That's just the reality of it. Who had a better career, Jerry Rice or Freddie Mitchell? It just depends on which angle you're looking at. Freddie Mitchell, you can say that Jerry Rice got all of these awards, got all of these Super Bowl rings, and Freddie Mitchell don't. But you could also look at it from a different angle and say, well, Freddie Mitchell probably got a son or a kid or a daughter or whatever it may be out there that he's elevating and educating. And this person is now able to put food on the table for his family and doing a lot of things for behind closed doors. But the NFL career, of course, Jerry Rice is one of the pillars of the communities as it relates to NFL brilliancy and greatness. But, I can't measure another man's success. I can only measure what we have in front of us, right? The truth is offensive. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You guys want to do comparables? I see. Who had a better deal, Michael Irvin or Amari Cooper? That's what you're saying, Chris Longley. Yeah, the sun haven't yet to set on Amari Cooper's career, so we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when it comes, right? Carson is not accountable when he plays like boo-boo. At least Dak put his chest out there and says it if he mess up, basically. This is from Carlos. I agree. Here's the thing. A lot of times, and I use this analogy all the time, I'm like an analogy law, right? A lot of times people will look at the turtle versus the hare. And those who already know, don't spoil it for everybody, right? Everybody look at the turtle and say, man, he's slow. He moves slow. He's not as fast as the hare. The hare's a rabbit, for those who don't know. And the rabbit is so much faster, very cute, cuddly, all these good things, got all of the qualities that a lot of people like. But people fail to realize the reason why the turtle beats the hare is because the turtle outlives the hare. It outlives the rabbit. The rabbit lifespan is anywhere from 2 to 3 years max possible. A turtle can live up to 150 years. Some turtles have been living more and longer than that. But the average lifespan of a turtle is beyond 90 years, I believe, or something like that. I think it's 70 or 90. My numbers are everywhere. But you guys get the graphs. You get the picture, right? The turtle beats the hare because he outlives the hare. He outlives the rabbit. So in life, what you have to do is look at everything from A to Z. You might see your cousin Pookie and Ray Ray. They buy a house before you, or they buy a nice fancy car before you, or they graduated from school or college or what have you, get the nice job before you. It's not about those possessions, believe it or not. It's about sticking to your race and sticking to your philosophy and taking your life one day at a time, one movement at a time. Because you may not know that Pookie and Ray Ray got a little drug problem, or Pookie and Ray Ray had some inheritance or some money that was left behind and was given to them, and they didn't have to work for it. But you will appreciate a dollar a little bit more if you earn every dollar that's in your bank account. Or Pookie and Ray Ray may be slinging or doing something nefarious on the side to make their money, and you worried about them, and you trying to go buy a new car because they bought a new car, they sitting in debt, or they got people that's calling them saying, where's my money? And you comfortably living. You could drive your Honda to your job there and back. It may not be a Ferrari, but you can get to work and you can get back home, right? That's life, Cowboy Nation. That's life for anybody that's listening. That is what life is all about. It's not about measuring Carson Wentz versus Dak Prescott, because with our natural eyes, we can say to ourselves, when we saw this game last week, when we watched this game, one of those quarterbacks was getting $33 million, and the other guy on the docket got $680,000. How many times, for those who out there that do the quick math, how many times $680,000 can go into $33 million worth of product right there on the field that we are able to see? But Dak Prescott, he rolls up his sleeve. Everybody from A to Z. He can't throw. He can't hit water if he fell off a boat. He don't have this. He don't have the command of the team and these sorts of things. He's not to be trusted. But we hear this from the outside. But from the inside, even Orlando Scandrick was saying, like, man, good Lord, this Dak Prescott is like night and day. And the greatest thing of all, if regardless of how we look at what Orlando Scandrick was able to preach to everybody and spill everything out, he got inside information. He have a chance and opportunity to be with other organizations. And then when the reality hits him, he looks back and say, you know what? That doggone Dak Prescott, boy, he's the guy. The first one that's in the locker room and the last one to leave. Yeah. Lost in illusions, he says Orlando Scandrick get trash. Hey, although he may be that, but he was speaking some truth. Yes, he's a winner, and a lot of people all know it. This is from Chris Longley. Yes, Eagles asking Wentz for a refund. Nope, non-refundable. But these guys are still young. Carson is still young. He still got a long chance. He got a chance and opportunity to appreciate the donation to help grow the nation. Nova, really appreciate it, man.
Scandrick, a true cowboy, infiltrated Philadelphia.
Man, shoot. He infiltrated, yeah, the old Trojan War act, right? Sneaking into the backfield and saying, okay, let me gather all of the information. And just to shed light, I know this is about Orlando Scandrick conversation, but also we can look at the Bennett story. Bennett got into it with one of the guys that's on the Patriots team, right? But also, Bennett, he's a rough guy, right? 33 years old now. I think he's going to be 34. Somebody said that he's going to be 34 in a few months or what have you, a few days from here. So he's going to be a 34-year-old guy that's going to be playing on the Dallas Cowboys team. But what he brings to the table is that now we got intel when we played against the Patriots, and also we have intel when we play against those Eagles again. So that's multiple intel that we're going to have out there for everybody that we play against. Not saying that he's going to spill it, but I guarantee you he's going to have that revenge factor that he's going to want to put out there again for everybody. Meticulous Cowboy says Scandrick regrets leaving Dallas. Yes, he does. Yes, indeed. Let me see who else we have here. Just training. Did y'all hear what Scandrick said about Garrett on the herd? I haven't heard that yet. And matter of fact, I'm going to check that out now. I'm going to check out because I know he's doing his rounds. You know, I think the networks, they reach into their pockets and they say, okay, you from L.A.? We got our network studios in L.A. And why don't you just come on and speak your mind? We'll pay you blase, blase. You know, I would do the same too, but I wouldn't be spilling all of the secrets though. But it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. That's all the time that I have for this beautiful, beautiful evening. We should be back on a little bit later with me and DDP possibly. A little later on, and we can talk about, you know, the bye week and things like that, and what heading into the off season. Well, heading into the bye week, I meant to say, in the trade acquisitions and what we need to do to improve this team down the line. Cowboy Nation, don't forget to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. And remember what I said about Auntie Shirley spaghetti, right? Not everybody loves it. Some people love it, some people don't. That's just how life is. Yes, indeed. Let's continue to grow, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Henry Gray, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Matter of fact, let's drop that beat right one more quick. Let's drop it.